Daniel was a good man once. He had a loving family, a successful career. Then came the accident. A moment of distraction, a life forever changed. The guilt was immediate, crushing. He pushed away his family, his friends. He couldn't bear their pity, their unspoken blame. Daniel retreated into himself, seeking solace in solitude. His days were dark, filled with remorse. Sleep offered no escape, only haunted dreams of that fateful day. His life, once so full of promise, now felt empty, a constant reminder of his mistake. He tried to numb the pain. Alcohol, meaningless encounters, anything to quiet the storm inside. But the guilt remained, a constant weight on his soul. He was lost in the shadows of his past, unable to see a way out. His life had become a prison of his own making. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Daniel's world shrank, consumed by his despair. He had become a ghost, haunting the edges of his own life. His wife, Sarah, tried to reach him, her words a painful echo through the fog of his guilt. He saw the pain in her eyes, the love still flickering beneath the hurt, and it only fueled his self-loathing. He couldn't forgive himself, so how could he expect forgiveness from others? He had betrayed their trust, shattered their happiness. The weight of his actions pressed down on him, suffocating any hope for redemption. He was drowning in a sea of regret, each memory a stinging reminder of his failure. One day, Sarah was gone. A note left on the kitchen counter spoke of heartbreak and the impossible task of loving a ghost. Despair threatened to engulf him completely. He had pushed away the one person who had tried to hold on, who had offered a lifeline in his darkest hour. Now he was truly alone. The depths of his despair became his turning point. As he sat in the wreckage of his life, a single clear thought emerged. He had to change. He couldn't erase the past, but he could try to atone for it. He had to find a way back to the light, for Sarah, for himself. He started small. He sought therapy, forcing himself to confront the pain he had tried so long to bury. He joined a support group, finding solace in shared experiences, realizing he wasn't alone in his struggles. He began to understand that forgiveness, like redemption, was a journey, not a destination. It wasn't easy. There were days when the darkness threatened to pull him back under. But he clung to the hope that Sarah had ignited within him. He had to earn back his life, his worthiness of love. And so he pressed on, one difficult step at a time. Daniel began to volunteer at a local community center, dedicating his time to helping others. He found purpose in their smiles, their gratitude a balm to his wounded soul. He started to reconnect with old friends, their acceptance a reminder that forgiveness was possible. He wrote to Sarah every day, pouring out his remorse, his hopes for a future together. He knew he didn't deserve her forgiveness, but he hoped that one day she might see the change in him, the man he was striving to become. He had a long way to go, but he was determined to walk the path of redemption. Redemption, he realized, wasn't about erasing the past. It was about learning from it, growing from it, and using it to become a better version of himself. It was about making amends, seeking forgiveness, and striving to live a life worthy of the second chance he so desperately craved.